What's up, psychos? How you doing out there? Yeah, how's it going? So, this past Sunday, the Obituary Dying of Everything tour came through town with Immolation and Blood Incantation and Ingrown. And I am here to tell you about it, so fucking A, here we go. Wait, just one quick thing. I gotta tell you something that I'm not gonna do anymore, okay? And when I say what it is, you'll probably find that pretty ironic. But, like, it's this, alright? I am right now in, like, this portion of the video, I'm supposed to like say things that are, you know, supposed to hold your attention and kind of like string you along to keep watching. But the thing of it is though, is like, this is a fucking metal channel, all right? This is not Degrassi Junior High, okay? This is Headbangers Ball, all right? This is Power 30, Super Rock even, okay? Even though Degrassi, that show ruled. And the reason I thought of that was because there are two miscellaneous things. I'll save them for the end though, okay? They were a note about the venue and also like the crowd that I observed. But all right, here we fucking go, okay? Here's the review. All right, so the first band, Ingrown, I didn't see. I was late. But if you don't know Ingrown, they're kind of like a sort of like crustily, metally, hardcore band, kind of spastic, not spastic like Converge or Empire State Bastard or something like that, but more just like they're grindy at times, they're like blasty at times, you know, they blast and grind, you know. They don't have solos, they have breakdowns, but I will say though, their breakdowns, there's something like kind of unique and like different about their breakdowns. So yeah, if you like that type of music, you'll probably like Ingrown, so yeah, fucking A. But all right, so the first band that I did see was Blood Incantation, and I was looking very, very forward to this. All right, if you're new to them, here's the best way to describe them, okay? You know when like heads of labels or like well-known A&R people get interviewed, they're inevitably always asked, they're like, okay, so when you're on the hunt for a new band to sign, like what do you look for, right? And it's always the same answer every single time. I've heard Brian Slagel say it, I've heard Jamie Hatebreed say it, I've heard David Geffen say it, okay? It's always the same. It's looking for something original, something different, something unique, right? And I mean, it's like a good answer, but okay, anyway, that band is Blood Incantation, okay? They are a death metal band, but they are like psychedelic, atmospheric sort of death metal. First off, their imagery is kind of different from their name, Blood Incantation, you know, and kind of different from like what their logo is too, you know. I mean, look at that logo. For all I know, that could say ass incantation, you know what I mean? But like, all right, so anyway, their like thing, their imagery is like extraterrestrial, ancient civilization, ancient aliens, kind of like how NILE is with, you know, the Egyptian themed stuff. But like sound-wise though, brutally soothing is one good way to put it, all right? Very fucking heavy, in like the old school kind of way, not like, you know, sort of a deathcore type thing, but they're fucking good though, you know. Oh, you know, if you're gonna check them out, one important note is that the latest album, Time Wave Zero, that is not a metal album, it's an ambient album, but it's fucking awesome though, okay? Very soothing. It's like Forensic Files Extraterrestrial Edition, okay? But yeah, so anyway, Blood Incantation, right? They came out, they did a great job. They're just like, they're a band live that like, they don't need to do a ton on stage. They don't really need to interact with the crowd much because their sound is just so fucking like, you know, blasty and just fucking right at you and everything, you know, in your face, all that kind of shit. They're one of those bands, you know, you just watch them and you listen, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, you know, where's my face type of thing. But no, so they did a terrific job. I know they played at least one song from the first album, Star Spawn, and then I think the rest of it came from not the most recent one, but the one in the middle. It was out in like 2016, the Hidden Species, what the fuck is the name of that album? Yeah, Hidden History of the Human Race, yeah. So check them out. All right, so the next band from Yonkers, New York was Immolation. Now, like, I never really followed these guys as closely as I should have, and I say that regrettably now because they did a great job. I knew the Here and After album, but after that, though, Here and After that, like I never really followed them all that closely. But no, I mean, they were good though. They're again kind of like an old school sort of 90s-ish death metal. Who could I fucking? Well, it's Immolation, man. Like, you know, most people watching this probably know how they sound. So anyway, though, they came out and they were energetic and they were, they seemed like they were happy to be there. They were having a good time. They played stuff, and I only know this because this is what they said on stage. Like, they played stuff from like pretty much, scattered throughout their catalog. I know there were at least 2 songs from the latest album, Acts of God, because that's what they said. There was 1 song from that Here and After album, and it was not the song Here and After, and it's a shame because I like that one. And then there was a bunch from like the first couple albums, so I don't know, I guess they like mixed it up pretty well. They dedicated their set to Obituary for bringing them out on the road, which I thought was, pretty nice gesture of them. I mean, how often do you see that? Yeah, I enjoyed them. They kept the crowd pretty like engaged the whole time, and even though like a scary Immolation, you saw smiles on the band members' faces and stuff. And what's that guitarist name, that Vinya guy? Did I say his name? Vinya, the bald guy. He was at one point fucking pumping his fist like that, really getting the crowd going and stuff. So Immolation, yeah, those guys were cool, and I'm sure I'll probably start listening to that more, and fucking A, man. All right, now on to Obituary. Those guys, they never disappoint, okay? This is like, I think the 3rd or 4th time I've seen them now, and they never disappoint, man. They come out heavy as fuck, just, they got a lot of songs that really move the crowd, and including one. To say that, like, one of the biggest reasons why I went to the show was to hear one song in particular would not really be a lie. I mean, it was gonna go anyway, but that song was the wrong time, okay? What I predicted to happen exactly played out that way, okay? When they broke into the wrong time, the fucking floor just opened up and the place went crazy, man. That place fucking erupted, okay? I always try to avoid that shit. I was kind of like on the edge, but Jesus Christ, man. Like, I mean, that song is like, you hear it, everybody was having a good time. Everybody's just fucking push mosh and going nuts and throwing each other all over and falling down and getting picked back up and everything. And the new songs sound incredible, okay? They sound fucking awesome live, and they played a lot of them. They opened with the usual tape, smoking whiskey, drinking cocaine, Pat Travers Band, and then the first song proper was Sentence Day. And then, yeah, they played a lot of songs from the new album. War sounded fucking really cool because of that intro. They were like, no lights on, and they played the intro, and you just hear all this like artillery and shit and warfare and stuff. That was really cool. That My Will to Live song, that was another one that really kind of, got the fucking crowd moving, opened up the pit and everything. They played Dying of Everything. That was definitely like one of the high points. Well, the whole fucking set was a high point. And it's like, you're always kind of like secondhand having a good time watching Obituary because you see them up on stage and like they're smiling and fucking, pumping the fists and everything. And dude, that John Tardy's voice, man, Jesus Christ, dude, his voice is incredible. Like, other people have probably noticed this too. Like, he can hold the mic like kind of far out, right? And like you can still hear it. Like, his voice is like that loud, and it's like, it's cool, because like as he brings it closer and everything, like, man, it's fucking cool though. Yeah, so they played a lot of songs from the new album. They played Slowly We Rot, Find Me a Rise, Slammin' Set. Terrific performance. Those guys they're cool. Everybody had a good time in the crowd and stuff. And just, yeah, man. Yeah, if it comes to your town, I would say, spend the 30, 35 bucks, whatever it is, price of admission, check it out. You'll have a good time. Fucking A, dude. All right, so here's like the 2 small things that like I was gonna just save to the end, right? They are this. Number 1, I wanna highlight the venue that this place is at, okay? It was at this place, the Canal Club. This is the 2nd time I've been there. First time was for Flesh God Apocalypse and Obscura and Wolfheart a couple months ago. Amazing show. But like, I looked at the pictures on Google, like, to see what, the place looked like, and like, I'm thinking at it, I'm like, that looks like a fucking shithole, okay, from like the outside, right? However, that is absolutely not the case. Inside, it is like, first off, the staff, okay? The staff, man, hearts of gold, dude. Those people, from like, the ticket takers to the bartenders to the security, man. Let me say something about the security guy, right? He was taking so much like unintended abuse, this poor guy, okay? and, you know, with a smile on his face the whole time, though, you know, catching people. One guy at the gate, just, you know, catching all these fucking animals and everything, coming at him, kept a smile on his face the whole time. So God bless that security guard, right? And they had people walking around with like staff shirts. Hey, are you having a good time? Just like spreading this warmth and everything, right? And these are the people who are like, these are fucking like animals in the crowd, right? It's like, you look at them, it's like, what part of their face do they not have pierced, okay? Just the like scariest looking, you know, people in the world that you think live underground. And like, look, I'm, you know, including myself in that demographic, okay? So I'm not trying to like stand above anybody else, right? No, staff just like terrific, okay? The dude taking the tickets, scanning everybody in, as I understand, has been like a staple at that place forever. I heard people on the way out saying like, whatever his name is, like, I'm not getting out of here before I give you a hug. He's hugging people and stuff. And yeah, man, Canal Club, very, very impressed with that place. And like the inside of it too, it feels like you're in like a friend's like basement in the 80s. It's got this really kind of like comfy sort of like, I don't know, basement feel to it, you know? Yeah, man, so Canal Club, you're doing a great job out there. You made me feel safe and all that kind of shit, so fucking A, dude. So the final thing I wanted to say was this. Now, I want to make a note on like the crowd, okay? One of the questions that I sought out to have answered with this channel was, is the like metal scene, how much different is it today than it was like 20, 25 years ago when I first started coming up, right? I'll just get right to it, dude. The metal crowd today is cool, man. People today are cool and they're nice, they're friendly without fucking, you know, getting in your face, kind of friendly, going out of their way or something like that. They are just cool because, man, let me tell you, 20, 25 years ago, back where I'm from in New England, people were pieces of shit, okay? Like, they were fucking assholes, right? It is night and day compared to, you know, then and now, okay? People back then, man, like, pit-wise, they were out to hurt people, you know? There was a mission, they wanted to hurt others, they wanted to fucking make the experience for others is absolutely miserable, right? And I have no idea why, man. I don't know why it was like that. Maybe it was just like a regional thing. I'm not really sure. But yeah, man, it's just a completely different crowd today. And I don't know the reason why. But you know who I did ask? Michael Alago. He is that guy. Who the fuck is that guy, right? He's got a documentary about him. No. Michael Alago is the guy responsible for signing Metallica and signing White Zombie. And those, I think, are the bands that, you know, we would know. I think he might have signed Metal Church too. But anyway, he was very, very instrumental in the like 70s and 80s in sort of like, you could say maybe harmonizing, kind of corralling the New York hardcore scene and the punk scene in like, you know, the like lower Manhattan, that type of thing. It's my cat. He knows every single person in the scene, and watch his documentary. You will absolutely love it. It's called Who the Fuck Is That Guy? There's a good chance you've probably already seen it. Yeah, man, just an absolute sweetheart. I love that guy. Anyway, I went to one of his speaking engagements once, and I asked him, I was like, listen, I'm like, Michael, you were there through it all in the New York hardcore scene, the punk scene, the early days and, you know, the middle days and stuff like that. I was like, I forget the question that I asked him, but it was something about like, oh, I know what it was. It was like, you always hear these like, you know, you always hear bands like Madball and Agnostic Front and a lot of the biggies singing about like unity in the scene and all that sort of shit. And I'm like, when I was growing up, there was no fucking unity, man. It was just all these like people that wanted to beat the shit out of each other and they wanted to seriously injure each other. And like a lot of times they did. And then aside from that, outside the shows, man, like all this fucking like social ridicule and harassment and all this just like horrible shit. I was witness to just fucking very low shit, man. I hope a lot of those people are fucking dead now. I don't mean that. I don't mean that at all, man. Not at all. It's just funny to say. But yeah, so I guess the point I'm trying to make though is that I did not seem to witness anything like that. The last maybe 10 shows I've been to, man, like it's not like that at all. Again, the big fucking thing is in a pit when somebody falls down, you see people like picking them up and stuff and not even trying to make a scene over it. Like, hey, look at me, like picking up this guy or something like that. It's just the etiquette now, you know, back in the day, man, no fucking way. Somebody went down. A lot of times, man, when people went down back in the day, others would run around them and start beating the shit out of them and everything. I know people out there know what I'm talking about, but So anyway, man, all right, well, that's what I fucking got, man. If you're going to any of the shows on this tour, man, cool, you know, it's fucking great. Let me know, you know, or if you've already been to it, or if you're at the Richmond show, cool. But anyway, though, all right, well, hey, man, like, yeah, if you like this video, cool. Maybe you'll give it one of those thumbs up, right? Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about metal, fucking hey, dude, hit that subscribe button. But in the meantime, all right, stay fucking metal.